The heart of the group really was the relationships formed from coming back to the table again and again with people who we disagreed with, continue to see the world very differently, and yet could authentically and constructively share our perspective and search for the common good. It's what the future of our democracy depends on too.
I have done this work of bringing people together across difference to try to come up with solutions for my whole career. That I get to bring people together who think really differently, who maybe think they don't like each other, and see that pretty reliably they're able to find things that they have in common, find common ground, often find that they even like each other, and come up with solutions that are what we call higher ground solutions, solutions that don't require anyone to compromise their principle, but help integrate, the wisdom and important perspectives and needs from both sides.
This opportunity allowed me a chance to get to know people who had different views, but were respectful and understanding and tried to learn my views just as I did theirs.
Convergence has shepherded us into modeling the kind of discourse that we want to see more of in political discourse. We've been able to have constructive dialogue across significant disagreement on some of the most challenging questions of the day.
The conversations often begin of trying to get at what are the underlying values, vision, life experiences of people actually in the room. Taking the time is really important to get to agreement. You cannot push it too fast.
What stood out again was the divergence of perspectives, the industries that were represented. And I remember some days just saying, oh, we're never going to agree to anything. And then hearing sort of the key takeaways that our facilitators would summarize at the end. I'm like, oh, we did say that. We did agree.
I walked into a room with people that kind of understood my frustration, and they could talk about it and wrestle with it and disagree, but ultimately come to places where you can actually move forward.
These recommendations are so important because they were so well informed, right, by such a broad group of stakeholders. You made sure people had a space to really share and learn from each other and then pull through.
We're not often in spaces where we have to be confronted with difference. And so I think what is really valuable about this process, it's leaning into the discomfort, it's overcoming your biases and your assumptions. That comes from connecting as a human being, finding what are those areas where you have in common so you can get beyond those assumptions.
The thing I'll take most from this experience are the relationships that I've developed with the people I've gone through the process with, and just realizing there's a much bigger world of people who care about similar issues and who are allies in making things better.
The core philosophy of collaborative problem solving is that when people develop relationships of trust and begin to learn and understand each other better, they will find that they have values in common, that they often have the same goals for what kind of country or organization or a family they want to have, and that by building trust and having conversations that run deep and for people to really understand their underlying interests, what they want to get done, more often than not, people can find answers that work for virtually everybody.
If Convergence ever asks you to be part of the process, say yes, you come away much better for it.